In the blink of an eye, the digital world came to a stop. Airports descended into chaos, hospitals scrambled, and businesses across the globe found themselves stuck. The culprit was a tiny software update that unleashed a wave of blue screens, bringing the modern world to its knees. This isn't science fiction, it's the true story of how a single line of code nearly broke the internet, the day the screens went blue. Friday started like any other, but as the world woke up, an eerie silence fell over countless offices, homes, and institutions. Windows machines everywhere began flashing the dreaded blue screen of death, BSO'd, rendering millions of devices useless in an instant. From Sydney to New York, reports flooded in of critical systems failing. Sky News went dark. United, Delta, and American Airlines issued a global ground stop, stranding passengers worldwide. Hospitals postponed surgeries, banks closed operations, and even the Paris Olympics organisers found themselves grappling with disruptions. The root of all evil was a well-meaning update gone wrong. As panic spread, all eyes turned to an unexpected source: CrowdStrike, a cybersecurity giant known for protecting systems, not crashing them. In a twist of irony, their latest software update designed to enhance security had inadvertently become the biggest threat to global IT infrastructure in recent memory. CrowdStrike CEO George Kurtz confirmed the nightmare scenario. "We've identified a defect in an update for Windows. This is not a security incident or cyber attack. The issue has been identified, isolated, and a fix has been deployed." But for millions, the damage was already done. The butterfly effect, how one bug became a global catastrophe. The CrowdStrike update linked to their Falcon sensor product was intended to strengthen defenses against cyber threats. Instead, it triggered a cascading failure that exposed the fragility of our interconnected world. Cybersecurity researcher Kevin Beaumont revealed the chilling simplicity of the problem. The update file wasn't properly formatted, causing Windows to crash repeatedly. What should have been a routine patch became a digital pandemic, spreading faster than any human virus. The human cost beyond the blue screen. As its teams worked feverishly to contain the damage, the real-world consequences began to mount. One, in India, bewildered travellers found themselves clutching handwritten boarding passes, a jarring throwback to a pre-digital age. 2, Germany's university hospital Schleswig-Holstein was forced to cancel non-urgent surgeries at 2 locations, potentially delaying critical care for patients. 3, Israel reported over a dozen hospitals impacted, with ambulances rerouted to unaffected facilities in a desperate scramble to maintain emergency services. 4, the US emergency alert system responsible for hurricane warnings and other critical notifications reported 911 outages across multiple states, leaving citizens vulnerable in the face of potential disasters. These snapshots paint a stark picture of our dependence on technology and the cascading effects when that technology fails. The domino effect and the silent killer. As the crisis unfolded, its reach extended far beyond office computers and personal devices. The aviation industry, already a complex web of interconnected systems, felt the impact deeply. Over 1,400 flights were cancelled worldwide, with more facing significant delays. The ripple effect touched every aspect of air travel. Booking systems crashed, leaving passengers unable to check in or access their reservations. Air traffic control systems faltered, forcing controllers to resort to manual backups and slowing operations to a crawl. Aircraft maintenance logs became inaccessible, grounding planes until their safety status could be verified. This domino effect demonstrated how a single point of failure could paralyze an entire global industry, highlighting the urgent need for more robust, diversified IT infrastructures. While the immediate impacts were visible in grounded planes and frozen screens, the economic consequences lurked beneath the surface, promising long-lasting repercussions. Lucas Olejnik, an independent cybersecurity consultant, estimated the potential losses in the millions, but this figure only scratches the surface. Stock markets wobbled as trading systems faltered and investor confidence waned. Supply chains, already strained by recent global events, faced new disruptions as logistics software failed. Small businesses, many operating on thin margins, lost crucial revenue during peak hours of operation. The true cost of the outage may never be fully quantified, but its impact will likely be felt in balance sheets and economic reports for quarters to come. The race against time. As the scale of the disaster became clear, IT professionals worldwide found themselves in a desperate race against time. The solution, however, was far from simple. CrowdStrike's initial workaround involved a manual process. 1. Boot affected Windows machines into safe mode. 2. Locate and delete a specific file, CSIs. 3. Reboot the machine normally. This process, while effective, presented a logistical nightmare for large organizations with thousands of affected devices. The lack of an automated fix meant that recovery could take days or even weeks for some entities. The incident exposed a critical vulnerability in modern IT practices, the double-edged sword of centralized updates. While they allow for rapid deployment of security patches, they also create a single point of failure that can have catastrophic consequences. Lessons from the abyss. Building a more resilient digital future. As systems gradually came back online and the world breathed a collective sigh of relief, attention turned to prevention. How could we ensure that such a catastrophe never happens again? 1. Diversification of IT ecosystems. Over-reliance on a single operating system or security provider creates systemic risk. A more varied IT landscape could help contain future outages. 2. Enhanced testing protocols. The incident highlighted the need for more rigorous testing of updates, particularly those affecting critical systems. 3. Improved rollback mechanisms. Developing faster, more efficient ways to revert problematic updates could significantly reduce downtime in future incidents. 4. Strengthened offline backups. The crisis underscored the importance of maintaining functional offline systems for critical operations. 5. Global IT crisis response. The incident sparked discussions about creating international protocols for responding to large-scale IT failures, similar to those in place for natural disasters. The spectre of cyber warfare, when accidents become weapons. While the CrowdStrike incident was unintentional, it exposed a chilling possibility. What if such widespread disruption were deliberately orchestrated? Cybersecurity experts warned that nation-state actors or sophisticated criminal groups could potentially weaponize similar vulnerabilities. Imagine a coordinated attack targeting multiple critical infrastructure sectors simultaneously: power grids, financial systems, and healthcare networks crashing in tandem. The chaos of the CrowdStrike incident would pale in comparison. Former NSA Director Admiral Michael Rogers notes, "We've seen a preview of how fragile our digital ecosystem can be in the hands of a determined adversary. This kind of systemic weakness could lead to catastrophic consequences." This sobering reality has spurred calls for increased investment in cyber resilience and the development of AI-powered defensive systems capable of detecting and neutralizing threats in real time. As governments and corporations race to shore up their defenses, one thing is clear: the next major cyber incident may not be an accident, and the stakes have never been higher. The road ahead, a wake-up call for the digital age. The great CrowdStrike crash of 2024 will likely be studied for years to come, a cautionary tale of the dangers lurking in our hyper-connected world. It serves as a stark reminder that in the digital age, the line between protector and threat can blur in an instant. As we move forward, the challenge lies not just in preventing such incidents, but in building systems resilient enough to withstand them. The blue screens may have faded, but their message remains clear. In our rush to embrace the future, we must never forget the fundamentals of safety, redundancy, and human oversight. The next time you boot up your computer, remember, behind that glowing screen lies a complex web of dependencies, each one a potential butterfly wing that could set off the next digital storm. In this brave new world, vigilance is not just a virtue, it's a necessity. If you have made it this far, let us know what you think in the comment section below. For more interesting topics, make sure you watch the recommended video that you see on the screen right now. Thanks for watching.